Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest out. He was the genius behind Oasis. He's now currently with his new band, High Flying Birds. He's a music legend. He's a global superstar. He's a very funny man as well. It's Mr. Noel Gallagher. Noel, thank you so much for coming back on. You know Jack. You met Jack, I believe. Good to see you here, Noel. It's exciting to have you back on the show. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
Let me ask you about what's going on. What's the most exciting thing for you right now? What's the thing that engages you most and you enjoy most about your work?
Just the work itself, really. I don't really... I like touring, I like the writing, I like the recording, I like doing stuff like this.
I came to see your gig. High Flying Birds is so good. I got
Amazing.
absolutely hammered.
I know. The first night I ever met him, he was absolutely shit-faced. He was just in the back of a taxi going, no. No. And I was going, I like Jack White, he's so working class, isn't he?
Let me ask you about your life now, then, because I get the feeling that you're more comfortable now with where you are and what you're doing. You've got more time to yourself if you need it. You can, you know, you write and perform when you want to, but you're not in that kind of big tour grind. You don't have to do videos and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I've still got to do videos.
You still make a video?
Yeah, I hate them.
What don't you like? I would have thought a video would be a fun thing.
No, it's awful. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I feel bad for the video directors because they're kind of trying to do their best. The last video I make, hopefully we're not going to show it here.
We are. We've got it here.
Right,
and I thought that you would like us to show it.
No, it's awful.
Please don't. You did on the wrecking ball.
It's awful.
So who comes up with that? If someone comes to you and said, we want you all dressed as dogs or we want you swinging on ropes, you know, are you open to new ideas?
I hate them, but I didn't hate them as much when I was in Oasis because it was all about Liam, so I'd kind of be scowling at the back. But do it when it's your own and they kind of... I'm all right until they say action, and then I just think, fucking hell, I can't stand it. And I feel bad for the directors because they come in meetings and they say, well, do you have any ideas? And I always start by saying, look, two things. I fucking hate doing videos. I hate doing them. I don't want to be there. And so, you know, give it your best shot.
Well, let's have a look. This is the new single, In the Heat of the Moment. It's from the album, which isn't out until March. The album's going to be called Chasing Yesterday, is that right?
Yeah.
You don't like the title of the album now?
Dreadful.
Okay, but who came up with that, then?
I came up with it.
Well, then,
I always leave it till the last minute. And in one of the lyrics in one of the songs, it says Chasing Yesterday. And the minute I said it, I thought, God, I fucking hate that title. That's awful. And I kind of stuck with it now. It's dreadful.
So the album's called Chasing Yesterday. It's a title Noel hates. And here's a clip of the video that Noel hated making. Noel Gallagher track. It's catchy, it's memorable, it's a great track.
Yeah, the track's great.
You just don't like that video?
I don't know, I've just said this, but I hate all videos.
Last time I interviewed you, we were talking and I said, would Oasis ever play together again? Okay. And it's not the be-all and end-all, because I love what you're doing now, so I don't feel... when you guys first split up, I felt very sad about that, because I'd never seen you perform live, do a whole gig.
We were brilliant.
Yeah. And then I thought, OK, well, it'd be great if you got better. Then I asked you, and you said you wouldn't get better. What you actually said to me was, you said, I'll get back together with Oasis on the day you go work for the BBC again. Now, about 3 months ago, I did some work for Radio 2 again.
Right.
They've asked me to do some more.
Right.
So, are you a man of your word?
Does that mean I've got to get back? Does that mean I've got to reform the band?
Everyone expects bands who split up. I was talking about this earlier on. They do expect bands to come back together, and it's not an embarrassing thing. It's a good thing in many ways.
S Club 7, they've just reformed. And there was a lot of beef between Joe and Rachel in that band.
Yeah.
So, you just need to get down and you need to talk about
no one
things.
ever thought they'd get back together.
Thrash it out.
So, but you seriously, you just don't see... You don't see the appeal, or what?
I don't see the appeal. I don't see it. If I close my eyes, I don't see it happening. That's not to say that it never will, but, you know, I've got a lot of things going on.
Not for the time being. Are you speaking with your brother at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
What's the problem between you two? It can't all be on his side.
No, there's no problem. There's no problem. Because we don't speak to each other, so there's no problem.
No, let me ask you about your personal. When you gave up drugs quite quickly, didn't you? You decided to give up cocaine. And this was, what, 10 years ago?
It was in 1998.
OK. So, and that, how hard was it for you to do that?
It wasn't... It was easy.
Was it really?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a... I'm very disciplined. I just thought one afternoon, that's it, I'm bored now. And then I realised it was just like, this is actually against the fucking law.
So the whole time you'd been taken up to then, you thought it was legal?
No, I just got bored. I got bored. I got bored of talking about the pyramids and aliens and the Beatles and who shot JFK. Do you know what I mean? It was just like I'd exhausted every avenue of conversation.
And how will you tell your children about... What's your plan to keep them away from that kind of thing? Because, obviously, in some ways, you don't have a leg to stand on.
People say that all the time. They say, well, what would you say if your kids come in and say, what child is going to walk in and say to their dad, yeah, Dad, I'm just going to get out, I'm going to score some weed and do some fucking ecstasy. What do you reckon?
You know what I mean, though? It's like you want to lead by example, which I guess you're doing right now.
Well, I'm afraid the internet is a window to all sorts of nonsense for kids, so you've got to let... we plan, me and Sarah, to let them find their own way in life, and when they get... If they get... I'm sure they won't, because my kids have got their heads screwed on. If they ever get too close to the edge, you pull them back, don't you?
Yep.
There's not a great deal... There's not a great deal that you can teach children that they'll be corrupted by the internet.
So how old are your children now? Anais is 14.
Anais is 14. I see that you invited her to your Halloween party again this year and didn't invite me.
Well, no, she turned up with some people who I didn't invite either.
Crash, didn't she?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, she's 14
she
now.
said to me, actually, she ran to ours and she said, I've been to Jonathan Ross's party. I said, did he invite you? He said, no, he just turned up with Kate Moss.
By the way, don't just all turn up, OK? That's not the way it works. Noel, how sort of tapped into the modern world are you? You obviously use the internet, so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, I know what it is. I use public transport.
Can you drive? Do you have a car?
No, I don't. No, I'm not part of the problem. I'm part of the solution.
So you like using... So if you go on the tube...
Yeah, I've been on the tube.
I know you've probably been on the tube, but do you go regularly on the tube?
Yeah.
But it must be for people seeing you on the tube, isn't it?
I've been accosted, I think, twice in about 10 years. Okay. And once was to be asked directions to Buckingham Palace. And another... Recently, another guy shouted down a carriage, "Oi, don't just get on here like that on your own. Don't just do that to us, mate." I wasn't trying to go on.
He felt let down somehow.
He was kind of just shouting, "Don't do that, mate, come on." You know, as if to say, you're better than this. What are you doing? You're better than this. But I don't, I like the tube. It's a historic little weird thing, isn't it? You should go on it.
Yes, I've been on the bloody tube.
No.
He writes with the drive up the front. On his lap. Could you just stop a little bit earlier for me?
Take me to Kensington.
Noel, if ever you do want to get back together with Oasis, you know I'd like to be front and centre, but in the meantime, I want to come and see you live. You're playing some gigs coming up, aren't you?
I'm not playing till March. It's already sold out, so I'll probably get you a ticket off.
Well, I think you owe me one.
Yeah. Sorry?
Well, I think you owe me one.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you do, because your daughter gate-crashed my party. I think I'm entitled to gate-crash your gig, don't you? Great to have you. Thanks for coming back on the show, ladies and gentlemen. The album's out in March. The single's out right now. Noel Gallagher. And, of course, Jack Whitehall over there. Thanks to both my other guests this evening so far, Lee Evans and the fabulous Sheila Hancock. Next week, here on the show, I'll be joined by Barry Manilow, who'll be chatting and performing, Philip Schofield, Sarah Millican and James McAvoy. But now, with Tracks of My Tears, which is one of my favourite Smokey Robinson songs of all time. It's one of the UK's biggest-selling boy bands. Here they are. It's Boyzone.